Hello everyone, hope you're getting on all right. Chris here again. Today I just want to talk about a bit of goal setting. Generally how to be realistic, what goals you should set, being realistic with your goals. So first of all, I want you to think about what your overall goal is. Whether that is weight loss, a lot of weight loss, or a little bit of weight loss. Ultimately, how it works is that you should have a goal in end sight. That final goal where you think, right, I've achieved what I wanted to achieve, I've set out what I wanted to do, that goal is complete. It's great to have that in your mind's eye, somewhere in the back stored away. Then what I want you to think about is how you're going to achieve that goal. What steps are you going to have to put in place to achieve that? What barriers are you going to come up against? All those things you need to think about. So let's go. So one really good tip in goal achievement is making it public. Now this doesn't mean that you have to do a social media blog. It doesn't mean that you have to Instagram it every day. It simply means making a public declaration that you are wanting to lose this amount of weight by this time. By making it public, you then are creating that accountability factor. Someone is aware that your goal is an actual thing, and that actually puts a lot of internal stress on you in a good way, if that makes sense. It's nice to have that pressure, knowing that you've got people to answer to if you fail that goal. So it's one thing I practice a lot of. Basically, I'm very much a social media person, in the sense of I like to put it out there and I like people to know what I'm doing. I find it helps me really keep motivated. Little motivational posts just saying how you've done, what you've lost this week. You don't have to tell everyone what you weigh. You don't have to make a fool of yourself. It's simple things that are going to keep you pushed and keep you motivated. Make it public. Tell your family, tell your friends. And what you tend to find as a result of that is actually going to help you along. You know, if your partner is one to have a bit of chocolate or a few beers on the night time, they might actually be sympathetic towards you, knowing that you've got that goal to achieve, and help you out. So it can only be a good thing by making it public. The choice is yours though, but it is a handy little tip to have. So setting a realistic goal. Obviously you know your body more than anyone else. It's your body, you live there, it's your sanctuary. So you've got to set a realistic goal. If you've lost weight in the past before, you know how your body reacts to exercise and reacts to a healthy diet. So setting a realistic goal, depending on what your ultimate goal is overall, that big goal that you've got in sight, the idea is that you want all of them little goals to add up to this overall goal. So be realistic with yourself. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. If you're over 4 weeks, you're looking at something like half a stone, aim for that. If you do more, that's great. Obviously, depending on your size, and if you think you can do more, by all means, set a high goal for yourself. But be realistic in the expectations. You know, if you've got events and different things on, holidays, you've got a few nights out planned, you've got birthdays, you've got different bits of celebrations, it may be that that goal isn't actually going to be realistic to hit. So you've got to also manage your time and realise what you can do in that 4 weeks, in that 6 weeks, that may impact your realistic goal. Also, just to kind of sign off on one thing, it's great to have obviously a weight loss goal. It's great to have a maintenance goal. Whatever your personal goal is, that's fantastic. But there is other ways you can measure it. We call them NSVs, non-scale victories. Now, this generally is everything besides weight loss that you're achieving as a result of healthy living and good exercise routines. So, for example, you were a size 38 jeans, fellas, and after a couple of months of training, that's dropped down to 32. Fantastic. That's a non-scale victory right there. You are a runner. You struggled to do 3 miles without stopping. You then do 3 miles without stopping. There's a non-scale victory. So anything that you can relate and anything you can pinpoint that is showing you that you are being successful and what you're doing is working, those are your non-scale victories right there. Never shy away from them, always address them, and always make sure you keep a log of them internally somewhere. I couldn't do that exercise before, now I can. It's really self-motivating to see the fact that your abilities, your fitness levels, your strength, your stamina are all improving as a result of this. Not only that, what you will find is your mental health and those kinds of things improve. You will generally feel more positive and better about yourself. So these all add up to helping you reach that goal. Big thing, always keep in mind, that goal is what you're working towards. Break it down to small bits, look at your non-scale victories, and be realistic in your weight loss. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, but work hard, keep that goal in your mind's eye, always remind yourself of it.